Hi everybody, my name is Layton Mitchell. I am the proud and passionate owner of Mitchell Roofing and Exteriors, where we are roofing for a purpose. So today's video is dedicated to the homeowners, those that have questions about the process and who are worried about reaching out because obviously they don't want to be screwed over by the wrong contractor. So you're at the right place. So many homeowners struggle with insurance claims because they just don't know the process and how it works. A lot of homeowners will call their insurance company even on just a small leak, not knowing that just a small leak is below their deductible. The insurance company is going to pay them nothing. It has to be a larger loss than their deductible for the insurance company really to pay out, because every homeowner is responsible for their deductible to the contractor. So I think a lot of them struggle because they're just unfamiliar with the process, which is really normal. That's why we offer, free inspections and then free consultation on what they should do following their inspection. Call a roofing contractor first, really before you call your insurance company if you think it might be less than your deductible as far as damage goes. The biggest mistake I see homeowners make when filing a claim is they potentially use the wrong date for the date of loss, because that's kind of a loophole for the insurance company to say, well, you filed the claim for hail damage 2 years ago and we're not going to pick that up because it's more than a year ago. So it has to be within a certain time frame for them to actually report the date of loss. So that way, obviously the insurance company can take care of business. Why does having a experienced and trustworthy roofer like Mitchell Roofing and Exteriors matter, or just any trusted and experienced roofer? Is because they know the process. They know what's gonna happen before it happens. Typically, it's protocol for an insurance company to come out and deny your roof. We're going to call for a re-inspection. If they don't grant us that, then we're going to go appraisal or public adjuster. We've already been through these steps so many times that we know the recipe to win in the insurance game when it comes to a roof that really has been damaged and it's justified to file a claim. A lot of homeowners miss out on an opportunity to really take care of their home by not using a trusted contractor. If you use someone that knows what they're doing, they're going to utilize the insurance to the best of their ability to get as much money from them as possible to where they can bring their house even better than what it was before. Because anytime someone potentially, like on the inside, they're doing a remodel, if they have less money to work with, then they can't even they can't upgrade it at all. But if they have everything paid for that they're supposed to pay for, there's money in there for the contractor to do right by the homeowner to give them a few upgrades, or give them a better, I know we do, especially when it comes to the roof or the interior. What happens during a typical roof inspection for us that differentiates us from other companies is we document everything from the time we show up. It's time stamped. We use a software called Company Cam, and we take a ton of photos. And we document it on our inspection, and also when the adjuster from the insurance company comes out, we also document everything they do. Because what happens is they will send out a third party. The third party will come out, they'll literally write up the whole roof and say, he agrees with us that there's enough damage to replace the whole roof. Then you have some person in Arkansas that's the desk adjuster, and all they do is deny it. But they were never there. But their professional that they hired literally said, yes, it's damage everywhere, but the desk adjuster says, nope, no damage, but it's part of the protocol. It's to delay. The homeowner is going to get tired of it, think we're not telling the truth just because they denied it, so therefore creating distrust in the contractor. But it's not the case, because we have 50 photos showing that your professional you hired also agreed with us that there's damage all throughout. So we use that against them down the road. So what we do is, after we have that photo of their hired professional saying that yes, there is damage, and then there was a denial, all we're gonna do is get our supplement manager to literally write it up, email them and say, look, especially if they open coverage. Once they open coverage, it's just basically a price dispute at that point. But if they straight deny, then we're going rather our office is going to try to handle it, or if not, we work with one of the best public adjusters in the state of Texas, Glenn Rustin. Once we've taken all of our photos, we're gonna make our assessment up there if there is enough hits on each directional slope for us to get the insurance company involved to say, yes, we don't wanna waste your time saying that there's damage up there when it's not gonna get approved. If there is some damage up there, like hail hits, the functionality of the roof is still fine, especially in our area. Other areas are different, but here's the functionality is still fine. But if you have enough hits per directional slope, every insurance company is different, how many hits they require, then we let them know, hey, now would be a great time to file a claim, and we get with them on the date of loss at which the previous hailstorm that happened, or the latest one that happened, or the biggest one recently within a year that happened, so that way they can file a claim and make sure that it goes through and they get approved. It's important to set the expectations up with a homeowner because the insurance company will play games with the homeowner to create distrust between the contractor and the homeowner. So really, we're going out there, we're gonna show you all of our findings. It's there. There's a reason why, Mrs. Barbara, Mrs. Santiago is getting a roof and you don't have a roof yet. So there's something that the insurance company saw on theirs that we're seeing on yours that we think that you can get it approved. Some insurance companies are different than others. They're more difficult, but if there is damage there, why would we not report it? Once we've taken all of our photos and we're instructing the homeowner on what to do next, for them, they need to file the claim, and they're going to let the adjuster, because there will be an adjuster calling, you're going to let them know that your contractor will be present. And the contractor shows up, whether it's me or the contractor in your area, and they're going to represent you to make sure that the adjuster is on time, doing the right thing, and marking up everything he's supposed to. And then if he's not, he's going to document all that as well. And then we have the same thing where the third-party adjuster will show up, write everything up, agree that there's damage, and then the desk adjuster will deny it. So we document everything that's going on with the process. A lot of people now are filming the adjusters. They're actually filming it, and I've seen videos of the adjusters walking off the site because they don't want to be filmed. Something to be kind of aware of is that when the homeowner is going to call in to file a claim, some insurance companies will tell that homeowner to get your contractor to write an estimate, send in all their photos, and that's how it works. No. We don't work for the insurance company, we work for the homeowner. We're there on their behalf. They need to come out and let them do their job. Come out and use their professionals, take their photos, and then we will go after them. We don't do their job for them because all they're gonna do is deny it. That's it. They're gonna deny it, and it's a delay tactic, and then the homeowner's gonna be like, there's no damage up there. The estimate is written by someone that potentially could have made a clerical error and missed certain line items. So a team that you're working with, or our team, should be literally going through that with a fine-tooth comb to make sure that they're not missing certain components, because certain components left out can be thousands of dollars. So to make sure that it's correct, have someone look at the estimate and go over it, because they're humans, they make mistakes, and you can catch that. Once the claim is approved, what's next is for the homeowner to give the contractor that they're working with, that spent his time, risked his life getting up there, was the one telling them that they should file the claim, the one that knocked on the door, took the initiative, especially if they have references in the neighborhood. Give them the paperwork, let them go over it, which they'll see if there's enough on there. They'll make sure that you have the correct policy in place to make sure that you're not going to be left out to dry. And then at that point, let them go over it, and really that's the fun part. You don't go roof shopping every day, so then you get to pick colors, ask about class 3, ask about class 4, get you a discount on your premiums. There's definitely ways to save money, and especially if your roofing contractor doesn't love what he does and doesn't show up excited to show you all these shingles, just run. That's when you run. Over communication is a thing here at our company. We love to kind of let our homeowner know, hey, we're thinking next week on Thursday, and then we're gonna have a set person for your job, right? Set project manager. We're going to make sure that we have our materials delivered the day before or the morning of, depending on the area. And then we're gonna have basically our guys, our project manager is first to show up and last to leave. Just being met with a bright smile on someone that's excited to be there is a big difference, especially on a job site that's happening on your house. being able to deal with that, that person all day long, it's very important. So as a master elite contractor through GAF and a select shingle master through CertainTeed, that's 2 of the largest manufacturers in the world, we can offer some of the best extended warranties. And if you want to hear about those, you have to call me. As soon as a storm happens, I would definitely find your most reputable roofing company and have them come out and take a look, because in that area where it was affected, people are going to be filing claims like crazy, and you kind of want to be the first on the list of them to go, yep, so that way you're not the 5,000th. They're like, we're kind of done writing claims. We've had about up to here. Just be ahead of schedule, be prepared, have an emergency fund for, obviously, know what your deductible is, what you're going to have to pay out of pocket. I think that's a big one for homeowners. Know what your deductible is, call your agent, ask them what your wind and hail deductible is. And from there, just be careful who you let on your roof, because there's a lot of vandalism that goes on that people are unaware of. Roofers are up there just fabricating damage. As a homeowner myself, I don't want no one doing that on my AC unit, my foundation, my roof. The cheapest is not always the cheapest. Sometimes the cheapest turns into the most expensive because you have to have it done twice. And the second time, by a real professional who's going to actually charge you for their services, because they know they're going to do right by you and they're going to do the right things, and they have a code of ethics and they have core values at their company, and they took forever to they pay a ton of money in insurance, and their certifications, nothing's free, and they work hard, and they have a family, and they're going to do the right thing, and that takes money. I think it's very important as a homeowner to protect your investment is to choose a trusted contractor that's not going to charge you a trip charge, especially for a roof inspection. Have them come out, because it's better safe than sorry. I'll tell you right now, I've seen it so many times to where we find a hole that's made from a rodent, especially during the wintertime, that's trying to get in, and we fix it before it rains, because if it would have rained after that rodent came in, it would have been so much damage on the inside. We were able to fix that for less than $500 and literally save them from tons of damage on the inside. And it's nothing like trying to go through the holidays while someone's working on your home and it's costing you thousands for no reason, when you could have just spent less than $500 on a simple hole on the outside. And also, homeowners, you will see it that a lot of companies will have a company minimum. So don't be surprised that a small hole is $500, because they still have to come out, they still have to have insurance, they still have to warranty the work they do. Materials cost money. Good labor is not cheap. I like to say 3 things to a homeowner. You get a couple options: fast, cheap, and good. If you want it fast and cheap, it ain't good. If you want it good and fast, it ain't cheap. So just remember that. It's free, people. Roof inspections are free. Save yourself thousands of dollars by calling Mitchell Roofing and Exteriors to come out and save you a bunch of money, because we'll tell you there's nothing wrong with it, or we'll tell you what's wrong with it, but you make the decision, an educated decision, for what's best for your investment. So we're just here to help and take care of you on the backside. So let us know. Guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow us on our journey of taking care of homeowners one roof at a time.